Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Venerable participants and audience, today I, India Dewi Murni, will deliver a paper with the title Cultivation of Humanistic Values in the Era of Freedom of Learning in Junior High School. Subject of discussion: first, background; second, method; third, result and discussion; fourth, conclusion. Well, the explanation is as follows. First, background. Civilization in the Great Dictionary of Indonesian Language, or KBBI, is defined as a process, method, acts of cultivating, the process of all social cultural becoming, a well-established custom or institution. In regard to cultivation, it's not an instant activity with immediate result. It requires process and patience, because creating a culture means practicing something continuously, not once is a while. Teachers and principals change their roles as facilitators who guide students to find their identities. Learning that is aimed to humanize students can be accomplished through differentiated instruction, which is learning that does not burden, but instead creating a pleasant learning atmosphere and stimulating children to keep learning so it will guide them to achieve successful learning. Humanity values that humanize students in the learning process are essential. Teachers have a strong awareness that learning should humanize students as education subject. Student as education subject. Teachers are required to understanding the needs of each student, to make them aware of their responsibility. Students are guided to be able to prepare their own list through sharing, collaborating, communicating with their peers, and ideal environment for fostering humanistic values comprises the school environment. A humanist classroom is a setting that employs a lot of learning models that may accommodate the needs, readiness, and interests of students. Diverse classes that allow opportunities for students to reach content, process an idea, and improve the result of each student will eventually make them learn more effectively, according to Hanover Research and Hewlett Report 2019. And then research method. Method uses a qualitative research with a descriptive research design. And then subject, there are two subjects. First, teachers, and second, 8 grade students of SMP Negeri 1 Sukoharjo in the odd semester of 2020-2021 academic years. For data collection, there are first observation, second structured in favor. Third, documentation. For data validity, there are triangulation of sources and triangulation of technique. Then for analysis technique, uses interactive analysis. There are data collection and data reduction, and then data presentation. Fourth, conclusion or verification. Result and discussion. First, the cultivation of humanistic value in junior high school. Cultivation of humanistic value is learning from teachers to design their teaching condition according to the needs of every student. Also, teachers should provide various methods to make students understand new information in diverse classroom composition, realizing that learning does not only convey materials, but rather shapes students to develop themselves as human beings. Learning that is aimed to humanize students can be accomplished through differentiated instruction, which is learning that does not burden, but instead creating a pleasant learning atmosphere and stimulating children to keep learning so it will guide them to achieve successful learning. According to research by Juni 2019, neglecting the importance of humanistic literacy in talent instruction may generate a lack of comprehensive quality of students, limiting the healthy development of students' personalities and ultimately leading to low social adaptability as well as hindering the development of student comprehension. Humanistic value in junior high school under the study are teacher-centered, transformed into technology tools of learning application. The human approach oriented toward the self-development of students as human beings who need a sense of security, self-actualization, and cooperation had not been implemented. Distance learning should be designed not just for teachers to prepare and deliver the material, facilitating student improvement through the acknowledgement of student circumstances prior to learning as an effort to understanding emotional and psychological well-being will foster a sense of security and increase self-confidence. Ulrich Faster and Job Matterman 2020 mentioned that the contribution of the humanistic prepare students to face the complex and uncertain reality while setting down the foundation simultaneously for a positive value. Second, the role of teacher is cultivation of humanistic value in junior high school. The time of freedom of learning in the Industrial Revolution amid the COVID-19 pandemic should be addressed optimistically and positively. Teachers should be able to behave while remaining outcome-oriented through humanistic literacy activities. It will create a pleasant learning process while achieving educational goals simultaneously. The results show that teachers at SMP Negeri 1 Sukoharjo did not optimally cultivate humanistic values in freedom of learning. The teacher's role needs to be improved to cultivate humanistic values through the use of learning application. Facilities as learning media that does not merely replace the teacher's role. Technology is a tool to convey messages, values, and motivation. It is also utilized as an effective tool for communication, collaboration, and knowledge transfer. Students are involved in the process of self-actualization through the learning process to applicate their potential as human beings who have strengths and weaknesses. The result of observations show that SMP Negeri 1 Sukoharjo had their facilities, yet unfortunately, not all teachers use them optimally. Furthermore, teachers should create variations of their learning models and methods as what they did in face-to-face learning. Despite the fact learning process is conducted online, what change should be media alone. To learn 2018, the ability to reason analytically assists in drawing reasonable conclusions from some information by shutting out useful details to solve problems and make decisions. The role of the teacher is pivotal to create a humanistic generation by means of humanistic literacy. It is in line with LASA's 2009 opinion that literacy is an individual's ability to process information. In this case, students need to be guided by teachers to have good literacy skills so that them becoming lifelong learners. Conclusion: distance learning in junior high school under the study had not integrated humanistic values. Technology served only as a tool for transforming learning content, thus learning was less meaningful. The main role of the teacher still dominated in learning despite the transformation through technology. Teachers had not been active and creative in integrating humanistic values in learning. Teachers did not act as optimal learning facilitator and did not create a suitable and safe learning environment so that distance learning become pressure for students. The principal's leadership was another factor that fully contribute to the learning process, yet remained content-oriented and outcome-oriented. The student well-being in learning applications had not been a concern. Okay, thanks all. Thanks all for audience. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.